Imagine the time when Mughals had invaded our country. Women oppression was at its peak. But what if I tell you there was a commoner, a wife of a palace guard, who single-handedly killed soldiers of Hyder Ali's army with a pestle? Sounds unbelievable, right? Let's learn more about this exceptional braveheart, who is considered the epitome of Kannada female pride. Welcome to the 5th episode of Breathing History. This extraordinary event took place in the kingdom of Chitradurga of Karnataka in the 18th century. The Chitradurga fort, which means picturesque fort, is located 200 kilometers from Bengaluru, wasn't impregnable at the time. The fort was built in stages between 11th and 13th century by the dynastic rulers of the region, including Chalukyas, Hoysalas, and later the Vijayanagar Empire expanded the fort. The Nayak Palegars built the fort as an impregnable fortification for defense purposes, with 19 gateways, 38 posterior entrances, 35 secret entrances, 4 invisible passages, 2,000 watchtowers for guards to keep vigil on the enemy incursions. One of these secret entrances was a hole called Kindi, just big enough for just one person to barely fit in it. On the day of the attack, the guard on duty on one of these secret passages goes home for lunch. Hyder Ali's army saw this, and Hyder Ali knew that this was his only chance, so he decided to enter the fort through this secret passage. Meanwhile, the wife of this guard, Obavva, goes out to get water from a pond which was near the secret passage. She noticed the army trying to enter the fort through this hole. She picked up a pestle and went and stood in front of the entrance of the secret passage. It was a very narrow and dark tunnel. It was only possible for one person to go through it at a time. Obavva, who had no formal training of any sort, patiently waited for the soldiers to enter. As each one of them entered, she hit them with all her might and moved them out of the way, all by herself, so the next soldier would have no clue. She kept doing it one after the other. Her husband came out to check on her and saw her all bloody and fierce on a pile of dead soldiers and getting ready for the next one to come out. He then sounded the alarm and notified everyone, and Hyder Ali's attack was failed. Some sources say that there were around 100 soldiers by the time the husband saw her. She was later found dead due to either shock or someone killed her, but her brave attempt saved the fort. The hole through which Hyder Ali's soldiers sneaked in is called Onake Kindi. Obavva's story is beautifully picturized in a famous song sequence in Nagara Huva movie. The sports stadium Veera Vanite Onake Obavva Stadium in Chitradurga is also named after her, and she is also commemorated with a statue in front of District Commissioner's office in Chitradurga. Please see the links in the description below. For the lessons from her story, I'm actually going to tell you the excuses that she could have made but didn't. Then I want you to notice yourself or people around you making those excuses all the time. First, I'm just a girl, I'm not a soldier. Second, I have no training for the job. Third, I don't have proper tools for the job. And fourth, security is king's and army's responsibility. Obavva defines what feminism today needs to look like. Her fierceness is what each and every one of us needs right now. Unfortunately, not many of us outside of Karnataka have even heard about the audacious Obavva. There are so many such inspiring untold stories that never got our attention. Through this series, we intend to bring out such lesser known and unravel the known stories which have been misrepresented. We strive to keep these legends alive in everyone's heart. Please keep sending your suggestions for these brave warriors of this Janmabhoomi who have put in their heart and soul to build this nation. Stay tuned for our next episode of Breathing History.